Good afternoon from very beautiful Champéry for the Curling Masters. We're in this beautiful alpine village, an hour and a half from Geneva. Nestled within all the mountains, close to France, but we're playing in this Palladium in Champéry. Fantastic venue for this Masters of Curling. And today our featured game is Italy versus Switzerland. Team Retornaz against Team Cruz. So Team Retornaz are running a 5-man squad and changing the lineup throughout the weekend. So the lineup for this game is Fabio Ribotta at lead, Sebastiano Arman at second, Jo Retornaz at third, and Amos Mosner is skipping this time.
Yeah, and we'll have also Team de Cruz. So Valentin Tanner playing lead, Peter de Cruz skipping and playing second, Sven Michel playing third, and Benoit Schwartz playing the last rocks for this team.
And throwing red stones will be Team Italy, Team Retornaz. And the yellow rocks, Team de Cruz. Looking very serious.
Yeah. I think they want to play.
Ready to play. And for both these teams, this is their last round-robin game in their sections.
I think both teams are already qualified for the quarterfinals because they already have 3 wins, each of them in their group.
So both teams, they're both undefeated right now, but they'll want to win this game because it'll affect their ranking in the quarterfinals, and that means who they'll play.
Yeah, they'll have more chances of playing against a weaker team if they win this game. And also it's just for their confidence, the momentum. Sometimes you just want to win and keep the streak
winning,
going. Yeah.
Yes. Well, that's it. Both teams have played well, so they want to keep that up. And they want to have a good game here.
Yeah.
But in a way, do the teams go on with a different attitude when they both know they've qualified and they don't have to win this game? And this is maybe the opportunity why Italy have swapped their lineup about, just to try things, try different combinations and dynamics.
Yeah. And so just a little inside there, removing the corner guard. Nothing dramatic though. Team de Cruz has the last rock in this first stand. Looks like they're going to play guard on their own.
So I'm Rona Howie, and I'm joined for this game by Roger Gulka, so our Swiss expert.
Yes.
That can translate whatever the players are saying.
Yeah, my pleasure. Yes, and most of those players come from my hometown, Geneva. So, we know them pretty well. Let's see how my Italian is doing, maybe. How's your Italian?
Not great.
How's your French?
Not great.
Better?
Better than Italian, but not great.
Okay. We'll be fine.
I'm coping fine here with bonjour.
Bonjour?
That's the extent of my French so far today.
That was pretty good. 1 word per day.
I'm also good with numbers, so when they're calling the weight, I do know where they are. So just trying to come in and freeze on top here. A wee bit short, but still usable.
Okay. Ça, c'est 13-9.
Ouais. Je pense que je joue 13 la minute. Pour T-Line, tu penses?
This Italian team will be the team that will represent Italy at the upcoming European Championships in Tallinn, Estonia.
8. Elle curle bien maintenant, là, non? Ligne très bien.
Coached by Soren Gran.
Ça va être frais, là, je pense. Hein.
And he's just trying out different lineups here this weekend.
Ouais. Ah ouais, Sven, go, go, go.
It's a nice draw there to lie 2.
10, no, tira 9 secondi qua.
It's a very experienced team, the Cruz, on the ice today, Roger. But you were saying earlier that this team won't likely be representing Switzerland at the Europeans.
Yeah, the chances that Schwaller will go represent Switzerland at the Europeans is apparently quite high. Depends a lot on all those points that you get in those tournaments.
So they don't have a playoff between the two teams.
Apparently not, as far as I know.
It's just done on ranking, on
It's gonna be done on
competition.
ranking. Exactly, yeah. I think that Schwaller played more tournaments than De Cruz recently, and they had a few good results.
Mine, très bien, hein, c'est la
Je pense un
même.
peu moins vite. Hein.
Exactement pareil.
Il faut T-line. Hein.
So
Ça curle
apparently
plutôt
this year it
Arrêtez.
won't be Team De
curle
Cruz.
beaucoup plus tôt.
Maybe next year, or maybe the Worlds. We'll see.
Ouais.
Anyway, I think
Le
they
plus
have a
impossible
lot of
pour un
curling
shot.
Aïe, aïe, aïe.
planned for this year. Trips to Canada,
Okay.
Swiss
Ok.
Championships.
Oh.
Yeah, and Team de Cruz, it was such a busy season for them last year with the build up to the Olympics, you know, and you do need a slightly downtime. You can't keep playing at that level and that volume of games.
Si non l'hai male.
You will burn out.
I think they really needed a break after the Olympics. Well, they made a beautiful, an amazing performance,
Okay.
brought back a medal, and they really took a rest, did something else, and now they're back on the ice, and I think they're very motivated.
Si.
In out.
They chose to replace Claudio Petz
Yep.
by Sven Michel. Claudio Petz actually played a few games in this tournament earlier because Sven Michel was busy. But yeah, he wanted to focus on his family and his career. And his objective, getting an Olympic medal, was achieved. So he went with no regrets. And I think they picked one of the best Swiss players around. Huh? Sven Michel is...
Sven Michel, you know, so much experience himself skipping
Yep.
and success, winning European Championship gold medal, and a
Oui.
great
Wow.
sub to bring into the team.
Je pense qu'il faut plus de glace.
Ouais, je pense. Minimum. 13,5. Je pense pas que ça va traverser 13.
Now Team De Cruz just building up their 2.
Kevin, c'est bien. 7-8.
One slight mistake from the Italians. Italian lead, and
C'est bien vitesse.
might already cost them a 2.
7, 8.
Faut
7,
être en
8.
vite, hein.
Ouais, c'est overkill. 8, 9.
And it's
Faut être
just
là, Benoît.
playing the simple shots well here. Switzerland, they're keeping their two stones well apart. You know, drawing to lie 2 every time.
Bébé, ça finit vraiment fort là.
Oui.
Je te disais.
Les deux tiennes, elles ont fini aussi comme ça.
9 secondi. Piena, 3/4, non l'hai male.
So looking for a run back double, or at least a run back and roll kind of shot. It's
So
never easy, but it's a fairly simple shot.
So Retornaz, who breeds and races horses
Okay.
in his spare time when he's not curling.
Tira lunga.
Ok.
That's an okay result.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Roulez dedans.
Tu vois quoi? On essaye ça?
Moi, j'aime bien avec la première.
11.
But
Mais on va réussir à rouler caché.
Ouais, bien sûr, une moitié avec 11, t'es là, je pense.
Sinon, il a le double. Hein.
Nous, ça, tu dis?
Avec la première.
Ah, rouler là?
Ouais.
C'est pas facile de rouler dedans, mais. Ouais. Puisque lui, il est shot. Ça, c'est shot.
yeah, there was a little discussion. Benoit was preferred to hit on the first red. Peter said, yeah, but
11, 11 et
we
demi.
want to attack the shot rock.
Juste 11 et demi.
And discussion was also about how can we roll behind the corner guard.
Pas très vite. Hein.
That looks pretty good.
Yeah, great shot.
Not much roll though. That was really close.
Tu vois, là, je
Fa la
pense.
doppia, ma tanto se fa la doppia sta fuori.
Je pense qu'il va
Raga, questo non è male. Scelto giù a chi? Fallo pure fare. Si fa in piena?
Sì, non è male neanche lì, perché non penso che
Proverà a rollere
la lascia,
Ok.
Giochiamo per piena?
Sì, 10.
Ok.
Piena? 10.
There's a lot of experience in this Italian team. They've been at World Juniors, World Men's, Olympic Games, but they've just never reached the medal
Yep.
placings. So Amos Mosna,
Wow, aspetta. Wow, pronti? Wow, sì. Sì, vai.
looking to get a roll, but just hits it on the nose. So nice second shot.
10 et demi.
Ouais,
10 et demi avec ça, je pense.
exact. Ouais, c'est bien.
Faut avoir confiance que ça va curler. Hein.
Pardon 10 et demi.
Hein?
Sven était 19.
Saleté de mouche.
Oh, Tennessee, you've got something dirty on your brush.
That was a fly, apparently.
Or was it a fly?
Le jam, il est là. Hein.
Hein?
Il existe le jam. Hein.
Le jam, c'est une petite moitié.
Ouais. Ok.
On veut prendre 3/4.
Ouais.
Yeah, so there they were just talking about where to hit that red rock, so there was no jam.
Attention. Wow.
C'est
Attention.
pas.
Wow.
Non.
Attention. C'est proche. Oui. Oui.
Oh.
Yes.
No, great shot. Lies two.
Yeah, very good shot.
Parfait.
Slash, tipo.
No, o giù a questa e che lasciano lui. O giù a ne prendi, perché non l'hai mai giocato. Non la così da su. Quella lì.
Ok.
Se no l'alternativa è questa, anche non è male. Però
Eh,
non l'avevi mai giocato.
poi sempre per due comunque. Se sei in primi o secondi sempre per due perché
Sì, no.
non ne fai più di due.
Esatto.
Però non è facile. Per me va bene anche la sarga in due prima mano.
Ok.
Italians haven't been
Yeah.
really looking at
Yeah.
the freeze.
Yeah, because there's a few options here for them. It's just the first end. They did think about
Non è che c'è
a really
tanto,
thin
o
slash
l'alternativa
double,
a fare promozione,
freeze
fare
the corner
dietro,
one,
di
or
fare,
draw
non
right
l'ho
round
mai
the front.
giocato. Pieno più.
Well, that's Amos Mosaner's last shot.
Si c'est fait, à partir de l'outline, des fois ça. Oh, hey. Oh,
Yeah, I think they have to eliminate one of the yellow counters here, and you know, if they do lose a two, then they can get that back. You know, in the
Yeah.
next 7 ends, whereas they try to be too clever and lose a three, it's a bigger battle.
Yeah. To be really honest, I wasn't very sure about what he wanted to play on that shot.
He seemed to just want to remove one counter because
Yeah.
Viens de jouer tous les T4 là.
very difficult to get a double off of that.
Schön.
Yeah, so it
So-
seemed, yeah.
Last stone of the first end, Benoit Schwartz.
14-5, je pense. que c'est
Draw
bien.
for two. So the ideal first end start with the hammer.
Ok.
Bien.
Oh, easy Sven, ça a l'air assez
C'est
vite,
encore
là.
rien curlé.
Oh, easy.
Maintenant, ça curle.
« 14-1.
Yep, perfect. So great start for Switzerland.
14-1.
2-0 after the first end.
Nature.
Schön.
Allora l'hanno giocata. Sì, no. sul tuo freeze anche, non forse giocare direttamente lì.
Bien.
It's a boy. Ok, 5 heures lacées. Ok, ok. Bien, Belly. Ok, va.
Due.
Due.
Linea buona, Zoe vicino. Zoe, tela su Zoe, un bel due.
Buon 2 più,
Due più. Andiamo per due più.
Da lì 2 più.
Ok, easy. Buona.
Ok, 5.
4.
Il y a de la place.
Pas 4.
Un peu plus large.
Juste 4.
Un peu plus large. Benoît. Benoît devant.
So second end underway, and
Juste 4.
Switzerland
Pour finir, ouais.
good
Ouais,
too at the first end.
Yep.
Put their centre guard up, now coming round
Il va
it.
finir, ouais. Ouais, sinon il peut rouler. Ok. Ouais, la première était un poil plus soft.
Slightly deep.
Il y avait 2 mouches d'un côté de l'autre.
È il 380. Sette 6.
Linea buona.
4-2, 4-3.
Sicura T9, freeze.
So it's
Linea bomba, linea.
very
linea,
important
linea.
those shots to make sure
Linea forte.
you have enough weight to at least be on the
Yeah, you
rock
need
you
to
want to
be
freeze
there.
on. You don't want to stay like this. Actually, this is not. Well, it's still a usable rock.
It's
the
usable,
element,
but you're
but it-
still blocking
No,
that 4 foot
Yeah.
when you've
Pas
got last
exactement où la
stone.
mettre, hein.
Ah,
Yeah,
Faut
like
la mettre très haute alors.
basically, yeah. Now if they place another guard,
Viens juste là.
They
on
can
peut
block
venir
the
dedans
whole-
si tu veux.
C'est pas.
the whole
Okay.
path.
C'est plus dur, hein.
Ça me dérange pas, c'est égal.
Ok, parfait alors.
5, 6. Hein lui, je l'ai eu 14-9, ça va très vite là maintenant. Ouais. Faut faire attention.
So Peter de Cruz says his non-curling hero is Roger Federer,
Okay.
but then he's a big name in Switzerland, isn't he, Roger
Yeah,
Yeah,
Federer?
I
right.
think most people have him as
Big
Ouais.
their
personality.
hero.
Vitesse. Ligne bien.
Attention, oh.
6.
Speaks French, English, and German.
C'est trop
Yeah.
tard. Ouais. Ouais. Ouais, c'est bien. Ouais, go.
So,
Ouais.
oh, he's a
That's
bit heavy
also
with this
deep, yeah.
one.
It's really deep.
Through the rings.
I think he wanted to be top of the house, but
That's very uncharacteristic.
yeah. Well, I think he might have been caught with the speed. He was saying he timed the Italian 14.9 on his shot, so it was really fast. Probably he didn't manage to play slow enough.
Linea buona. Spazio. Linea perfetta.
Stanche.
Sicura freeze.
Sta lì,
Zoe,
sta lì.
linea, Zoe. Oh, no bounce, linea perfetta.
Just bounced. which now gives Switzerland the opportunity to tap back. You can see there, they can see the whole stone. Peter de Cruz just quiet tap back weight. Would love to get an inside roll.
Whoa! 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 No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Surtout pas.
Roll, Sven, roll. Yep.
Ah, lovely shot. Just rolls enough to make it very difficult now for Italy. Italy have got last stone. Need to clear this 4 foot area. Sebastiano Arman just looking to tap yellow onto yellow and remove one.
Joy! Rolla con la rossa. Rolla con la rossa.
Does really as much as he could there. Keeps the shooter in play and removes a yellow. However, it does leave Switzerland line one completely guarded. And it makes it very difficult now for Italy to get to that.
Vitesse, c'est 8. On a joué là, ça curle beaucoup, hein.
14, ça devrait être bien. Pas plus, je pense qu'on va tirer 14, facile.
Yeah, they were talking about the weight, saying 14 seconds hog for draw.
Et 8.
Ah, il y a assez, hein.
7-8.
Nature.
Set wheat, so 7-8 is where it is.
That's T-line, just behind T-line, yeah.
Attention.
My French and numbers is okay.
Yeah, I'm very proud of you. Hey.
10.
Balle devant.
Traverse. Traverse.
Yes, it's always good to give for the sweepers to give the skip an indication of weight played, but this one's looking a bit speedy as well.
Yeah.
Just struggling a wee bit with the weight at this end, because at the last end, every time Switzerland had to draw to lie 2, they made every shot.
Yeah.
So just different tracks of the ice, different direction.
4-2 va bene.
Yeah, and also one end the rocks have been played now, so the ice is probably a little faster. Often you can also get caught in the inside out track. Sometimes a little faster than the outside in.
No, vedrai se.
It's going to be difficult for Italy to get to this stone on the 4 foot. He needs to play an absolutely perfect corner freeze here. May even be worth opening up the front, going for the raise.
Yeah, I think that might have been a good chance to open up the front actually right now.
Yeah, because he could use the yellow guard onto the red and straight back.
It looks pretty good though.
Don't want to bounce off it though.
That's a pretty good shot.
Good effort, good effort.
On y arrive, ouais. Backline. Ah. Ok. Ah ouais.
Celui-là, ça va, hein.
Das sind ja schon. Also da ist schnell.
Yo, Retornaz, he was born in Geneva as well.
Yeah, actually he played also I think in Curling Club Geneva. And yeah, he speaks perfect French.
5.
6, 7.
Wow.
7,
He's been playing for Italy for quite a while, and he was playing in the Turin Olympic Games,
Turin in 2006, yes, he was.
8, 9.
which was already 12 years ago.
Juste 8. C'est pas si vite
Yep.
ça.
You were playing there too, weren't you?
Yes. Oh, Switzerland have just rubbed off that.
Yeah,
That's not a good result.
Finally, actually, suddenly,
There
Italy's
is
in
a double here. If you can miss that back red, there is a double to lie 3,
yeah, you could
maybe
even,
4.
You could even hit the yellow, bounce off your red that's shot right there, and slightly roll up and remain hidden. I mean, if you
È ovvio che adesso è una buona
get it
opportunità
right.
per togliere questa.
Yeah, this is a great
Adesso dopo
opportunity
non
now.
yeah, and
What
so
we were talking about
Italy.
earlier, when you make these
Se non entra
errors,
qua,
the opposition needs to capitalise straight away, and
non ha molto lui da
this
fare.
is one of these situations you won't get often handed to you.
I could see Peter de Cruz grinning behind there, not really happy.
La vera che non può far più tanto, però
'Cause they were in a pretty good situation suddenly out of nowhere.
Well,
They're
a
in
few
trouble,
stones ago,
yeah.
we're saying Italy will never get to that
Yeah.
stone, and now all of a sudden,
Qui lui potrebbe chiudere.
you know, we're Switzerland trying to be too greedy.
Well, I think that suddenly, when you think about it, Joel's first shot was actually really nice.
Just a wee tap.
It was, of course, not absolutely perfect, but it was still really good, and it forced Switzerland to play a equally difficult shot right behind,
non serve.
which they ended up.
Sì, non è male.
Of course, at that level, it's a
Ma dipende se vuole
It's
giocare
a miss
per
that's for a
ottimo,
few
ma se vuole giocare
centimeters,
per
but,
sparare questa-
A sto punto possiamo giocare
few
per fare
centimeters
quella,
make
no?
the difference in curling.
Absolutely, and you know, you wonder if they just swept it the whole way and got a better roll
Un quarto?
Yeah.
over to the side, it wouldn't have been as easy for Italy to come off this yellow now.
Yeah. So now Italy. Oh, but there's
Sì, non è male.
the problem if you play the double is that there's that jam. I just
Yeah.
saw it now. Yeah.
Se piace, scusi,
But they can still lie three,
Otto.
even if, you know,
Yeah.
they spin off that back one.
Well, at least they take good position in the forefoot. So
Ok,
Sven's looking at the shot, thinking, what did I do?
yeah. Well, I just have to wait and see.
So, key shot here.
Whoa, yeah,
Played a great first stone.
yeah. Whoa, 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 yeah. Yeah. Whoa, whoa.
Looks pretty good. That's the perfect shot.
Great shot.
That's the perfect shot.
Well
Couldn't play that one any
executed,
better.
well looked after, and great result.
No jam.
Kirain.
Faire comme ça, hein.
I think you couldn't play that one any better, to be really honest.
No, played it perfectly.
1, 2, 3.
A nice weight as well. It wasn't a
Moi, je pense
huge
qu'on reste exactement
bullet weight, it was a controlled weight. And live
On
four.
va faire celle-là. Hein.
Faut essayer
Yeah,
de-
four, but a really good four because
D'accord.
four rocks buried
D'accord.
actually.
Ouais, mais ouvrir, ça nous sert pas grand-chose. À
Hein?
la limite, s'il y a une center guard, je peux l'utiliser après. Hein.
So now the
Tu
talk,
veux
I
rester
think
là-dessus et faire comme ça?
Ouais,
Ok.
moi
talk
je pense
is
que c'est
about
ça. On pourra se cacher après si on n'a rien
remove
d'autre.
the guard, not removing the guard. Benoit said at
Ah,
least
on verra
the
bien ce que ça donne, hein.
center guard can be
Une
used.
turn, je pense. Hein.
T'aurais mis ça?
Ouais, ça c'est assez bien. Hein.
Seems like they're going to go for the run back.
Ouais, moi j'aime bien le plein. Laissez ici.
Well, Benoit has to make sure he gets something in behind.
Yeah, he could remove two reds here with his first stone, if he gets this right. So Benoit Schwartz facing four Italian counters.
Ouais.
See a little
Whoa,
while.
whoa, whoa. Ouais.
Looks good.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, perfect.
got a little extra on top
Three
of
reds vanish.
that. That was a great shot.
Great result.
Benoit saving the day there.
C'est beau.
Yeah, good boy. Yeah,
Yeah.
well done.
Ça, c'est joli.
Oh, he's laughing now.
Yeah, well, now he's
He
happy.
wasn't laughing before.
Yeah.
Encore reste en center guard.
Well, he got, I think, a little lucky on that, on removing that red there at the back. But that's part of the game, so.
That's absolutely, the angle was good for him, and that's it. Three reds go.
Well, what's important now for Italy is to remain focused because, okay, they had a really good house for four, but they
But-
still lie shot. I mean, they still have a really good chance of getting a two. And they could still even get a three because they can get two rocks buried, huh?
If they get two rocks buried, you're leaving, you know, Benoit with another raise to try and eliminate.
Yeah.
So, yeah, good chance here.
So what's really important is to keep your cool in those
Via
situations and
spazio, spazio.
not get excited because the other one made a great shot.
Via spazio ancora.
Got a little lucky on top of that, so forget about this and focus on getting your two.
Andiamo dietro.
No, non vai dietro.
Andiamo dietro per
Sì,
5-1.
vai.
So this one's coming in a bit speedy as well. They're all struggling down that line with the weight today. But they do lie too.
Yeah, they do like two pretty well, actually.
So by freezing that, doesn't really help Switzerland because it would still leave a draw for 2 for Italy. Can they try and half check that top one
Bah, le mieux, c'est ça. Hein. Ça, c'est clair.
and force a 1?
Mais
Une moitié dessus.
Yeah, I think
il faut être dans le 4 pieds et il faut pas être trop vite. Enfin, il n'y a pas beaucoup de place pour être.
Ouais, s'il m'annonce déjà Tylène, moi je la prends là.
On peut.
Ouais,
On fait ça.
moi j'ai bien essayé. Hein?
Ouais, si on arrive à être là, c'est
Ouais.
en force. Hein.
Déjà, si tu manques 4 pieds, déjà c'est bien.
Ouais.
yeah, they're talking about biting the forefoot.
Pas ça, c'est bon. Je dirais 15, on l'amène tranquille, là, je pense. Tranquille. Ouais. Ça, mais c'est un peu vite, tu me dis tout de suite. Hein?
Oui. Bon. Moi, je pense que 15-5, vous pouvez l'amener dans le 4 pieds. Possible. Faut pas exagérer. Hein. C'est pas le but. C'est pas le but, hein, mais.
So this is a really key
Ouais.
shot to
Septembre,
get
septembre.
the line right, that he doesn't spin off.
Yeah. Peter was saying if you call it slightly fast, I'm gonna right away call for the sweeping to freeze the rock behind the tee line,
Ligne, c'est bien.
because indeed they don't have very much space to stop.
Easy.
Juste vitesse.
Place, on n'est pas dessus.
Ligne parfaite. Ligne
On est pas
parfaite.
dessus, hein.
Line's perfect.
Yeah.
C'est bon, 6. Ouais,
Ça curle trop.
ouais, oui. Ligne, ouais. Yap, les deux. Yes.
Looks pretty good.
Continue.
Does
Go,
look
go,
good.
go, go, go.
Shrink down the...
So it does leave the button open. That one curled probably a wee bit more at the end. He wanted to half check, so it blocked the button.
Yeah, well,
But a very good attempt.
good attempt, but now Mozaner has a very, very easy shot for 2.
Easy. Just draw the button. Skips bread and butter shots.
That's all, I mean.
È una linea un po' più alta.
And he's just played down this line and he was a fraction heavy. So final stone, second end.
Linea buona.
Amos Mosnar, chance for 2.
Linea buona, Tilai. Linea molto buona.
They're saying the line is good, so
Linea perfetta, ragazzi.
it's really all the sweeper's job to get it right. Looks a little fast to me.
Just a wee bit heavy. So just a score of 1 for Italy. So after 2 ends, Switzerland lead 2-1.
This was always a force.
Quando era 4-10?
Non, mais moi je suis fait du shit.
14.30 e la sua 15.30. Assolutamente un secondo in meno.
Prends les directs.
Yeah, I think...
Una bella mano, dai, comunque. Sì.
Forse, sicuro.
Perfetto. Vai, Rama. Vai,
Tieni su, Rama, linea forte. Linea forte. Linea forte. 1. Cioè, solo uno.
So third end, Switzerland leading 2-1. They have last stone here.
Ok, 5.
5.
Ligne, très bien.
5.
Place.
Presque 6.
Oh,
C'est Tilai. c'est overtee.
Wow.
Je m'étais dit qu'une nouvelle ligne comme ça.
Well, we're back. It's the third end, and Switzerland really, actually, Benoit Schwarz really saved his team in the second end, forcing Italy to score one. Left Amos Mosaner with a very, very difficult draw for two, which he unfortunately missed. And so now Switzerland one up with last rock, so a pretty good situation.
Spazio. Spazio
They
questa.
can,
Via spazio.
I think, yeah, they can either blank, score two.
Spazio.
Mike wouldn't be
Aspetta,
too
linea,
bad for
no,
them.
Aspetta, linea buona, linea.
Tre.
Linea Rama.
Sono tre.
Buona 3, andiamo per 3.
Vai.
Vai Rama, linea. Linea Rama, linea. Vai. Vai.
So Italy trying to force the steal here, putting up their two centre guards. They won't play in the forfeit.
J'ai juste nettoyé.
Quanto?
Tu joues presque la même, un mètre de moins.
Valentin Tanner was just a wee bit heavy with his first. They'll try and make amends here. Come round top tee.
Ligne à poil serré. Non, ligne c'est bon, 6.
Yeah,
Ligne c'est
hard
ok.
sweeping from Benoit Sven.
Ligne parfaite. Ouais, ouais. Fort les gars. Yep. Ça vient. Allez, allez. 8 pieds en tout cas. Yep. Ok, bien belé.
Yeah, that's a really good effort from the sweepers. They started sweeping from the start.
5-1.
Freeze.
Managed to get this rock
3-9 per te.
biting the 8-foot. Problem for Switzerland is really that rock there lying behind the tee line.
Non più lenta.
And now if Italy manages to tuck one in between those two yellows, they will be in a pretty good situation.
Dai 3-9.
Linea. 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 Linea buona, solo velocità. Linea. 5-1.
So Sebastian Arman looking just to freeze this back yellow.
Wow.
Dai tiro Rama.
Plays that perfectly. Great shot.
Yeah, it's a really nice shot.
Je me demande si on doit pas faire freeze, mais.
Moi, je pense qu'on peut le faire après.
Parce que si lui il revient freeze, c'est chaud. Hein.
Mais ça, c'est sûr qu'on va
Probably
enlever un moment.
maybe the ideal
Oui,
for the
je
Italians
sais.
would have been just to
Mais
sit
juste
in
que
front of
si
tee
lui
line,
revient
but
freeze
freeze
aussi
is
en
already
nose,
good.
C'est chaud.
Comme tu veux.
Anyway, now the
Moi, j'aime
game
bien
is
freeze maintenant. Hein.
going to be played in the center now, so first objective
C'est
of
un peu
Italy,
plus
I
long
think,
ce
is
que tu, même pas.
accomplished.
C'est la même chose, hein. C'est same. Hein. 14-6 c'était 8. Ok. La même chose. Hein. Il y a de la place, beaucoup de place. Easy. Ça va bien vite là maintenant.
T-line. Ligne bien.
Ligne, c'est bien.
Ligne
Vers
bien.
là-bas.
6-7.
parfait.
Mord de la T-line.
Ça curle maintenant.
Mord de la T-line. 14-7. Les deux, hein, vous pouvez y aller. C'est bien la ligne.
Ouais. Fort les gars, fort, allez.
Oh, ça suffit. Oh.
It's the perfect line and the perfect weight. Just tee line weight. But the problem is still lying just behind the tee line. Those kinds of ends, it's really just about the one who's going to manage to get the right angles,
Quindi
the right position in the house. Now, Sebastiano Arman has to play the exact same shot what he did before.
un po' meno in prima.
Aspetta linea, aspettaci poi.
T-line.
Aspetta linea.
Yep, always the hardest shot when the skip says same
Vai,
again.
vicino.
Do
Yeah,
the same again.
Aspetta, no bounce.
But you hear no bounce. The last thing they want to do is bounce off and leave Switzerland a hit and roll.
T-line.
and it looks like that's what could be happening.
Fabio, finisci.
Oh, it's
Easy,
not
easy,
too
easy.
bad.
Oh, no.
No,
Okay.
it's okay.
Shot.
That's
Sorry.
okay. That's a really good result
Okay.
there. Half checking.
Yeah, it just took the curl and lost the weight right at the end there, and ended up in a really nice position. Now,
Switzerland know they need to clear it up.
Nettoie bien.
yeah, they have no choice now, I think. Gotta keep that center open. They're one up anyway. They have last stone. Even if they score only one, it's still a pretty good result for them. They get their 2-point lead.
Un'altra dentro.
And both these teams are hugely experienced with all these situations. They both represented their countries at Pyeongchang at the Winter Olympics in February.
Yep. And in the Olympics, Italy had beaten Switzerland in the second game. And yeah, it was Amos Mosaner was on fire that day. Played amazing. That was a really nice game, and it's not the same context
No.
anymore.
No Olympic medals at stake here, but still ranking points and still prize money. And
Linea forte! Vai, sempre! Sempre!
so just working this hard. It initially called to bring it right in, but
Spacca le guardie, spacca le guardie.
that's way short and tight of line.
It's not a super shot. I think it's pretty easy to double those two guards.
In. Trois quarts.
And this setup seems to work well, Roger, with Peter de Cruz playing second but skipping. You don't see it too often in teams,
Yep.
Whoa. No.
but it works for them.
Yeah, it does actually. Yeah.
Ça va juste rouler un peu. Ok.
Well, in juniors initially, Peter was skipping and playing fourth.
Non, ça bloque le.
Then there was that switch in 2010 when Benoit started playing fourth and Peter third. And finally, Peter ended up playing second.
Due!
Still skipping. He's really good at strategy and ice reading. He doesn't like to sweep that much, actually, to be honest.
And Benoit is such a cool customer, throwing last stones.
Linea buona!
It's just like, just tell me what I have to do and I'll do it.
Yeah, Benoit has the capacity of keeping his cool. That's pretty
Fabio, devi
impressive.
finire!
Very much so.
Fabio!
He's maybe churning up inside, but on the exterior, his body language is cool as a cucumber.
Yeah.
Okay. Buona.
So a good guard there. Switzerland will just have to keep clearing.
Yep.
Un quart, un cinquième. Très fin.
From this angle, you can see there's always still a kind of run back opportunity on the yellow onto red. The angles are pretty good for Switzerland for this shot.
Oui. Ouais. Yep.
So Sven Mikkel doing some damage on the guards, but does leave a guard on that yellow, so that would eliminate what you were just saying about raising that.
That's a pretty good for Italy. Pretty good shot for Italy. And they just have to place, a guard halfway down.
Yeah, because it's not easy to remove the red. It's not easy to outdraw it.
Yeah.
So if Italy can keep putting up the long guard, Switzerland will be faced with a tough shot.
Yep. Probably some kind of double run back or something like that.
Well, after the raise at the last end, when Benoit removed 3 Italian counters with one raise,
You
you
never
don't
know.
want to leave him those.
Yeah.
Linea buona! La linea buona!
Gira anche però.
Presa questa.
Oh, non serve finire.
Ok.
Ora.
In linea. Hard line.
Oh.
That one's over, curling.
Ok, va bene.
But the part that he does show isn't really
Bisogna andare, che sono messi subito anche
Yeah.
No, alla fine la prende.
helping Switzerland because it would just jam anyway.
On fait en tout cas le double pile.
Which is too bad actually for Italy on that shot, is that it allows Switzerland to play pretty easy double peel.
And then they've got 2 options to come down either side.
Si je suis large, je la rentre dedans.
Ah non, mais ça reste de toute façon en fait, même si on blast après. Tu sais. On essaye 3 quarts vite peut-être.
And
ça
that's
tire
where
et-
Switzerland are so good, this team, at
Ce serait peut-être bien de la
looking
garder,
ahead,
si on fait double, hein.
2, 3, 4 shots ahead, and what you were saying about Peter's strategy of the game,
I think just as
how good
double
they are
peel.
at doing that
Yeah.
and
Keep this and we
executing
have
it.
this and nose.
Ok.
And this is pretty easy.
Yeah, well, Peter is actually talking about trying to keep himself away on this yellow rock.
But the thing is that
Si tu viens pas vite et que tu la décales juste la rose, c'est différent.
if we get rid of it,
Non, on fait ça rapide.
then he
Le
puts a
double.
guard here and we can't score.
Le double, c'est très bien.
I love how they just change languages
this,
while
we
they're
have a
talking.
shot score anyway. Yeah.
Soon later, Sven will be able to speak very good French. Valentin is a very good French teacher.
Oh. So a double clear here, is that what we're going for then?
Yeah, it looks like it. Maybe with a chance to touch that rock in the house. Oh, no, just not. Yeah, I was thinking maybe Italy has to put one in between.
Yeah, to stop the rays on the yellow and also stop being able to hit the red. Just where his head of his brush there on the middle of the 8 foot.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to come right in and leave a double in those reds.
Ghiaccio della guardia qua.
Sì, così per il pon era anche pure meno per il pon. Però così gli arriva.
Le viene alla fine, secondo me.
4-2. Perché la guardia, cioè da coprire questo qua, da non lasciargli lo sled, esatto. Se arriviamo a fin sulla nostra rossa, non è la fine del mondo, lui fa 1 al limite. Eravamo lì, quanto era? 4? Sì, non è male allora.
So plenty discussion. It's Italy's last stone of the end for them. They want to get this placed perfectly between the 2 stones. He's sitting in the 8 foot.
Aspetta, linea, ora, via. Ora!
So they're saying never line.
Aspetta.
Probably a little wide.
Aspetta, solo se puoi fare.
Okay, looks not bad. They're going for the freeze.
Ok, non male.
All right. He seemed pretty satisfied then. I have the impression though that is that shot rock gonna go? Because I have the impression if you hit that first
I think
red,
it'll bounce off, yeah.
yeah. The problem for De Cruz is that if they hit that first red hard, both yellows are gonna
Spring out.
spring out, and I'm not even that certain the red shot rock will bounce that far
I think
away.
the red shot rock on the button will bounce, but the one that's just been played is likely to stay around. So it's actually worked out not too badly for Italy.
Yeah, it's pretty.
It certainly gives a shot now to Switzerland.
Yeah.
Before he would have had a very difficult draw to the button.
It's true that Italy's chances to steal are much slimmer than they used to be. But the angles are not really in favor of Team De Cruz. Actually, not at all.
So just see when the camera pans out here, you can see that yellow that they can run in.
Probably with that yellow, you can get the best angle on those reds to
get them both
remove
away.
both of them away, without removing your own yellow.
Yep, it was just 6 inches too far, that last stone. So Benoit Schwartz, last stone, third end. Trying to remove 2 Italian counters. Unlucky, but does remove 1 and score 1. So 1 to Switzerland.
Oof. Yep.
Great saving shot there. So after 3 ends, Switzerland lead 3-1.
It's a boy. Give.
No, Massimo rubavamo 1.
Va benissimo. Se fai 2 adesso sono messi meglio.
C'est parfait, vitesse.
6,
Juste 5.
6, 7, 7, seul.
Ah non, c'est pas T-line. C'est marque 4.
Bravo.
C'est 6.
So, fourth end. Switzerland lead 3-1 over Italy. Italy have last stone here. They want to try and generate a 2, and he set up the last end really well, trying to force a steal out of Switzerland. But Benoit Schwartz is certainly saving the day at the moment for Switzerland in the last 2 ends.
Yeah, because I think the score shows more Benoit Schwartz's success rather than the exact, situations in the house, because Italy was more often in good situations than Switzerland.
Ok.
And they just have to persevere now and keep going with their guards and hope for an error from Switzerland.
Well, actually, Switzerland capitalized on Italy's mistakes in the first end, probably the only end where Switzerland was in a better situation than Italy, and then Benoit Schwartz saved the day.
Ligne 50 pro.
So
Ouais, c'est 2,5.
Ligne, on est là.
that team likes to play offensive. They like to have rocks in play, but they need the top form Benoit Schwartz.
Ouais, on calme trop bien 4. Ouais.
Yeah, if your skip's playing shots like that every end, you're going to be okay.
Yeah, that's hopefully.
So that one of Valentine Tanner is just over curled. It's not guarded the stone in the house. So it now gives Italy the opportunity to remove that and roll over behind their corner. Fabio Ribotta,
11. Sì, linea. Wow.
lead player in today's lineup,
Clean. Yep. Yep.
swapping from game to game just to
Yep.
see the best lineup and best dynamic.
Tira.
Well, that'll give him good brownie points. A great result.
Je vois une moitié.
Takes play away from the centre and
Je vois une petite moitié là.
Hack.
Ouais, un petit hack. Hein.
Si tu prends la garde, c'est bien. Hein.
Ouais, faut pas qu'elle sorte la garde. Hein.
so
La
they'll
garde peut pas
just
sortir.
try and come round it that back
Ouais,
way
c'est sûr, tu
and
prends la moitié de la
remove
garde,
the
ouais,
red.
ouais. Hack.
Tout petit peu plus.
Peter said he could see about half of it from his side. And yeah, they were afraid of hitting the guard actually because of the 5 rock rule. Peter was telling Benoit, hey, be careful, I can't remove that guard from play.
Ouais.
Oh, oh,
Ouais.
oui.
Ouais. C'est bien, ouais. Encore. Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, lovely shot. Nice controlled weight.
Yeah, very nice shot. It seems like it's going to be a more open end this time. The big problem with that Italian guard is that it's quite far up. Still reasonably easy to come around with it with hack weight.
Linea Fabio, linea.
4.
Linea Fabio. Forte linea.
Lenta.
Forte linea.
Quattro. That's that 4 in Italian.
That's 4, yeah.
Linea.
I know quattro formaggio pizza. You get 4 cheeses.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh, is it going to bite?
oh, no, it's not.
What a shame.
Girl.
On est derrière. Je pense avec le out, ça
So
curle
it was
assez. Hein.
4 because
Okay.
4's kind of front ring, and that
Yeah.
was the
C'est pas
weight.
là, okay.
Just ran out of ice.
I just curled that little bit too much at the end.
Pour moi, non.
When it gets caught a bit on the side, it can just die and curl. So now, Team de Cruz are going to try to generate some offense.
6 vitesse.
Risk versus reward, because they
6.
that rock is it's really important that rock stays in front of the tee line.
Ligne, c'est bien.
Ouais. Ouais.
Ligne parfaite.
Ouais.
Parfait. Les deux. Oui.
15-9.
Ça passe.
En tout cas, là, go, go, go.
Ooh.
Just passes and
Bien.
sits top tee, but it does allow Italy to get in behind it. If they wanted to, they could draw behind, they could hit and roll behind.
Yep. Looks like Italy's going to go for the hit and roll.
Guardia piuttosto. Perché rollano dentro.
Well, at least now Italy can hide behind their own rock that's very close to the house.
Whoa, clean. Whoa, whoa. Spazio. Oh, aspetta. Fabio. Fabio. Vai. Whoa, whoa. Controlla, controlla.
No.
Oops.
Oh, is it going to sit?
Probably just not.
Just rolls out, so
15 is easy.
unfortunate error there. They wanted to keep that in the rings
15, c'est bien.
because Switzerland now have got the chance to get a better one round here.
Et la place. 6 par
5.
5.
Ouais, c'est bien, 6. 6. 5.
Attention. Wow. Ligne, c'est
J'ai
bien.
5.
Oui. Ligne, wow. Ligne, c'est bon. Balle.
J'ai 5.
Tu peux y aller. Hein.
J'ai 5.
Ouais, hop. Ah, c'est carré, non. Viens.
Oh, just scrapes past it.
Just made it. Now it's perfectly
Great
buried.
shot.
Yeah, it's a really good shot. Yeah, and that's, you can see how important it is when you put those rocks in front of the tee line. It really blocks Italy. They can't do very much with that. They can maybe try and angle freeze, but it's not easy.
And that was the difficulty with Italy rolling out and playing that shot the last time.
Dov'è la
Gave
sua,
Switzerland
appunto?
that
Dov'è?
opportunity to come round and put a better stone in there.
Questa è 4-2.
Whereas if Italy had come right round it, it would have forced
Forfoot, ci
Switzerland to
sarebbe ancora
chase.
tutto il forefoot.
Yep.
Abbiamo ancora tutto il forefoot.
Se no il freeze qua non è male.
Cosa si porta?
Ah, giù così.
Ok.
It's a wee bit like the situation 2 ends ago
Yeah.
when they came round and half checked and it turned out okay for them.
Non le gira tanti.
But this one's a bit higher up, so
Yeah, if you freeze on that one, you don't get such a good shot. I mean,
No.
you're only biting the 8-foot.
Clean. Clean. Occhio. Clean. Yep. Yep. Vai. Vai. Bomba. Bomba. Vai. Rolla, Fabio. Rolla. Ok.
great result.
10-20. Girato tanto questo alla fine. Quando c'è sulla scelta.
I think he wanted to roll a bit more to the side, but at least he got rid of that. Good Swiss stone there.
Caché, il peut pas l'enlever.
On peut le out, hein, c'est bon. Hein.
Moi,
at
j'aime
least
bien
if-
ça. Mais
If Switzerland came round perfectly, at least
Tu
it's
veux, Sven?
Italy's own stone they would then raise in and top, so
hey,
it's usable there.
15.
Sven Mikkel being asked to draw around the centre guard.
Wow. Ligne, ouais. Wow. Wow.
So how does it work in Switzerland, Roger? Obviously there's, a lot more elite curling around the world and teams being more full-time curlers and practicing more. How does it work in Switzerland with the funding of these elite teams? Does an Olympic medal by Peter de
Well,
Cruz's team help his case this year?
Tanto lo rigiù.
well, I wouldn't say not that much. Because, in Switzerland, the sport funding is usually private.
Domando,
So it would be sponsors, or like, for example, Swiss curling gets money from the members. And there's also Swiss Olympic. So they're partly private, partly publicly funded. So they give money also to De Cruz. Peter, for example, is part of the army. Basically pays them a salary, at least him, and allows them to play. So he gets some social security, etc. So there are like certain things like that, but getting a bronze medal doesn't automatically get you a funding, a special funding, etc.
No, sotto.
They still have to run after sponsors and
So you have to do that yourself and find your own sponsors. So
more
the
or less.
federation
the
doesn't.
federation helps and Swiss Olympic helps. So they can fund their season thanks to that, and also thanks to the prize money they get. And so finally they're not too bad. It's not too bad, but it's true that it's not because like you get a bronze medal then suddenly you get like more money,
Just shot.
etc.
Attends,
So,
on est bien.
The Swiss Olympic Association, then obviously they're funding lots of sports.
yeah.
Do they then
Ah, et qu'on est avec
put
ça,
more into curling if curling
juste que si on est
are
là,
successful at winning medals?
Vas-y, vite, un
You
petit
know,
peu
will
plus
they
haut,
then-
ça dérange
I
pas.
think
Mission
I
de
think
pas
they
chef,
would,
c'est pas
yeah,
non plus.
they would. But it depends because after you have to renegotiate every year a bit, you know, like
So
they.
it's not a 4-year cycle, is it annually?
I think it
Ça, c'est le pire,
depends.
c'est clair, hein.
It
Ça, c'est le
depends
pire.
because
Ouais, ouais, c'est clair.
it depends maybe on how much budget they have, how much they want to allow. Of course, if it's an Olympic year, they'll tend to give
Ça
more.
curle beaucoup à la fin.
But I think that now they get substantial amount of money to Swiss curling and to curlers because you know they see that curling in Switzerland is pretty successful, and the elite teams have brought back good medals at the Worlds, Europeans, and the Olympics. So I think they're pretty satisfied with curling. And yeah, so teams like Peter de Cruz can like be full-time curlers, more or less. So so it is possible, but of course, like only maybe them and Team Schwaller really managed to be full-time curlers.
Okay.
The rest, of course, I mean, has to work. We have to work.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, they also dedicate their life to that, so they deserve, you know, to get the funding that's
C'est pas
appropriate.
Fréline maintenant sur le 6.
But yeah, in Switzerland, like
Oh,
the funding will really depend on the sponsors and how much the Swiss Olympic Association wishes to give.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just seeing Benoit Schwartz there play a great draw. Top of the button.
Sì, 12, esatto.
Non è che dove
Makes it very difficult for Italy
Questa è la qua.
Sì.
Yeah.
to remove it.
Comunque, per dare il gelo subito dopo. Sì, così manca 12 e mezzo, non è male. 12.
But they need to try and move it. Italy have to score at this end. Ideally want their 2. They do need to score. They're 2 down.
12 e
Yeah,
mezzo.
they can't allow themselves to get stolen on this end.
12 e mezzo, poi. Sì, perché non è che andiamo.
So yeah, you see a lot of the curlers now. They've got a lot of sponsors on their clothing, and is it fairly easy to get sponsorship in Switzerland? I know a lot of countries really struggle to get.
Well, I think
Sponsorship?
actually it's much easier in the German part of Switzerland than the French part, actually.
Okay.
I think because I think there are more like small companies in the German part of Switzerland, and also you know with links, family, friends, etc. You can see the Swiss German teams have lots of sponsors, and actually Team de Cruz was struggling quite a lot to find, yeah, despite their results.
Oh, just
Ooh.
caught the guard. That wasn't the best result for Italy there. They needed to get that one off the button.
Yeah. Okay, well, there's now a setup for a Mosaner express shot.
The express train.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not frightened at playing them.
Moi j'aime bien ça. Ici. 5. Exactement devant ça.
And how about Scotland? So curling is still the most funded winter sport in the UK.
Uh,
il va
La
probablement
même
faire
chose
le in-up pour
it's an interesting
Ok, il fera ça tous les
situation because
points. Ouais, mais c'est pas facile.
we are British curling.
Non, c'est dur.
Yeah.
Obviously, at
Ah ouais,
Europeans and
yeah,
World,
ça,
you
ouais.
represent Scotland, but every 4 years you
ça qu'il faut
represent
vraiment
Great
le
Britain. So we have a
Tu veux,
British
on
curling
a tout
program,
fait,
Bah,
and it's the only
pourquoi pas, hein.
British
risque
program
de-
that's run in
de-
Scotland.
Non,
All
Non,
the
mais
rest
sinon,
are
il
run
est
in
bien en
England,
France, hein.
so it's the only Scottish
Non, mais là, il a rien. Là, il a le que le in-up.
British program. So yes, it's interesting because Scottish curling are obviously the governing
Mais
body
pousser, c'est dur. Hein.
for
C'est
your
plus dur
Europeans
que-
and Worlds
non,
on an
mais il a-
annual
il a
basis, and
pour
then
lui.
British curling come in every 4
Si en
years.
plus,
But
il a l'innof
they
pour
have to
Non,
run
mais-
a
et
program
pousser, c'est
for
vraiment
that
dur.
Olympic
Ah, si tu peux
4-year
pas-
cycle.
Ouais, ouais, ça, c'est le
Ça,
c'est
c'est
pas
parfait.
So they will
Là, il y a
support,
rien.
British
On va être
curling will
exactement cinq.
support teams,
Là.
men and ladies,
La même glace,
who have got potential to medal in the next Olympic cycle. And Scottish curling tend to look more at the development and the bringing on of the youngsters so they can feed that British curling programme. But yeah, as you say, it's difficult because you're always fighting, you know, against other sports for funding, and it's all medal dependent.
Yeah. Well, sometimes you get into that logic where if you don't get a result, they remove funding. Then you have less chances of getting a result the next year. So you
That's
got to
right.
hope for a kind of miracle.
It's a catch-22, isn't it? You need the medals to get the funding.
Je pense 5 heures là, c'est 5 heures trop. Oh. Et là. Perds la pas. 5 heures trop, hein.
Ligne, très bien.
Ouais.
So just looking to stop this
Mord là, c'est
in the 8
Bite,
foot.
bite, bite, bite. Ah, ok.
Ah, great shot there. Makes it very difficult now for Italy. Can they see enough of that yellow stone in the button to lift a thin double?
Cioè, parla fina da
I think they
bloccarsi
do.
qua.
Un quarto, sì.
At the weight he can throw, I think they can.
I think you can do that, yeah.
Ma anche di più, cioè,
And also in
controllata.
Scotland, the
Questa
British
non è mancata tante, eh.
curling teams that are funded have access to the support services from the Scottish Institute of Sport. So they
Uguale,
can, you know,
fina,
access
star lì coi shooter
fitness, psychology, nutrition, which is a big help to
Yeah.
a lot of the players.
Yeah, well, all those little aspects come into play, you know, when you got to be in your top shape.
Absolutely.
Because those little differences,
If they can all just help 1% to your overall performance on the ice, you know, it's still your on ice performance. So Italy's final stone of the fourth end. He's not playing as big a weight as we thought he might.
yeah, he's got a touch. Oh my God, no.
So close, but yet so far.
Yeah,
And he knows it.
he's angry.
A steal of one for Switzerland.
Sur les offensive calls.
Yeah, and De Cruz pull it out of the fire once again.
So after 4 ends, Switzerland lead 4-1 over Italy.
Oui, mais si, ouais, on a pensé, mais le truc, c'est que si tu rates ça, ouais, mais si tu rates, il met 3.
Mais ouais, la pierre était parfaite. Et ils me l'ont annoncé 6.
Mais à la carte, elle-
6.
elle a
Alors
vraiment-
du coup,
Quattro.
Ok, oh. Sì, che non è male.
Forse 3.
Ok. Se puoi, Joy. Ok, easy. Più. Ok.
quanto?
So fifth end. And Switzerland leading Italy 4-1.
4.
Italians need to score a couple at this end to keep themselves in the game.
Ok, 3 très proche.
They've had a few chances,
3 c'est ok.
just not executed, and
3 c'est
Benoit
vraiment bien.
Schwartz has saved the day a couple of times for Switzerland.
Yeah.
Très bien, ça va. Ça va.
Great setup from Valentin Tanner.
Yeah, that's a really good setup. A short guard and a rock, let's say, in front of the forefoot.
Gioca T-line 5-1.
There's 10 Swiss men's teams playing in this weekend competition in Champéry, so there's obviously good depth within the men's side.
Yeah. Well, there are also a few junior teams playing in there from Switzerland. Hess and Bouchate. It's a local team.
Great experience
So,
for
yeah.
them to play these nations here.
Yeah, they were struggling, but I think they were really happy to, to have that chance to play those great teams. You learn so much.
Absolutely.
One game against a good team.
Great wee hitting or flop over behind the corner there.
On peut essayer, je pense.
Moi, j'aime bien, ouais.
Ok.
Si tu touches la garde, tu vas pas la sortir, je pense.
Ok.
Hack.
Comme avant, juste tac, ouais.
Ça?
Ouais, non, ça va, ça va.
So Peter de Cruz
Les lignes assez bien. Attends un
Non,
peu.
non, non, non. Oh.
trying to
Attention.
draw around and
Ouais.
Ouais. Oui.
Ouais.
Force, Sven.
Ouais. Ouais, ouais.
past his
Oh.
corner
Go, go,
guard and
Encore, go, go, go.
tap the Italian stone, but
Parce
catches
que
the guard and slightly opens their centre one.
Ouais, je pense pas que ça sort.
Joua 5-1. T-line 5-1.
Yeah, well, Tilly has it's a tough shot, huh? But if they can manage to sort of freeze on that rock there, they would be in a pretty good situation to score two in this end. It'd probably force De Cruz to play a peel,
Spazio. Spazio.
probably a run back.
Spazio Fabio.
T-line.
Occhio.
Yes, he likes those in this game.
Joy. Joy. Joy.
This is taking its time to curl. Is it going to come in off?
It's coming.
Not enough.
Just not enough weight. Looked absolutely perfect on that shot.
The only thing it does do is nudge the yellow guard over to guard the red now,
Ça?
as
Pleased.
it was open. So
Jaune, rouge.
Bah. Ouais, on
On
peut.
n'est pas obligé, hein. Si tu veux ça, on peut. Hein.
Je sais pas.
Allez,
Moi,
six.
j'aime bien, là.
Ok. Tu veux un là?
Ouais. Il faudrait soit laisser la porte ouverte. Lui, il peut venir, là. Hein. Il peut faire ça. Hein.
Ouais, ouais. Et on roule au centre, ouais. Ouais.
Tu viens vite?
Ouais.
Faut garder le shooter, hein.
So big discussions there.
Yeah.
What was that about?
Well, they were talking about trying to block a bit the access to the center because Retornaz could come. But also, I think in the end they just want to play that run back with hard weight, keep the shooter, roll a bit.
Oh, 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 non, non.
Non, non, non.
Oh, 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 oh. Viens, viens, viens.
Ouais.
Oh,
Oh well,
that works.
C'est bon.
I think that works not too bad, yeah.
It clearly wasn't what he was going for, but
Yep.
it certainly
T-line 5-1.
turns
Yeah.
out all right.
All we heard Benoit say was perfect. There's a great wall of China being built there in front of the house.
T-line.
Italy have got the chance now though to come in and freeze right on top of this stone.
Linea.
They managed to get that one through the port there. Weight looks pretty good.
Tira, linea. Tira. Linea perfetta, tira. Solo velocità.
He's passed.
Yeah, Lasagna likes the
Has he
line.
got the weight though?
Tira, 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 tira.
Looks really nice.
No, it's short.
It's just
Fantastic line as well.
yeah, missing 1 foot,
On est shot.
one really important foot.
Regarde.
Sur la stick là, c'est pas mal, mais.
On peut pas garder la rouge.
Si, si. Lui, il arrive peut-être à faire ça, je pense, mais... Ouais.
C'est égal. Bon, ça, faut...
5.
OK. Ah ouais. C'est 15-2, ça.
C'est bien, 5.
4. 3,
Easy.
4.
Wow.
4. 3, 4.
Wow.
Un peu court, hein.
Attention.
4.
Il faut 5. Wow. In, c'est bon. Wow, 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 wow,
C'est bien vitesse. 5.
wow, wow, attends, on est sur la gare.
6.
Non, 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 6 c'est trop. Hein. On touche, ouais, ouais. Oh.
Oh, Sven Michel just rubbed on the guard there. Not a situation is not too bad.
Yeah, it's still a pretty good result there for
Sta
Switzerland.
per avvertire qualcosa qua.
Italy really need to open things up here.
Yeah, I think it's would be nice if they could actually double those two yellows there they were showing.
È che restano sempre rossi, però dovevi rischiare a fare qualcosa con le ultime magari lì.
So, però... Giocare questa, tipo 3/4.
Tipo giocano qua, intanto.
Sì, non è male. Perché se dopo giocano qua non potremo più tirare niente.
E lui non può neanche lo tirare che comunque è qua.
No, beh, ma io tanto le shot qua.
So,
Questa non è male per 3/4.
però il da Vergine for tutti lì.
No, quasi, cioè piena non è
Da
male.
restare qua tipo.
Esatto, lì così, piena, piena, questa la resta qui, questa la siamo qua.
Ok.
È vera che
Questa però-
tiri. Esatto, la lì. Però se giocano qua è lo che gioca. Col Serara anche.
Sì, però noi abbiamo sempre questa piena gialla, dopo
Sì,
dritta.
no, se ne sarà davanti a questa.
Abbiamo con la gialla qua, piena dritta. Questa qua esterna. Da cavare le due gialle.
Per questo? Anche non è male.
Qua
Sì.
secondo me non serrerà tu telo.
Ok.
Però se ti piace giocare qua per scomezzare da Vergine,
No,
va
non è
bene.
male qua, così non sarebbe male.
Anche a cavarla quella lì, vuol dire.
Sì, anche. Ma non, sì, non serve più di tanto a cavarla, tanto.
No, va bene.
Sì, sì, ma anche, sì, ero così. Per dopo tirare lì qualcosa. Anche sì, non è male questo. È che se... E lo meglio che non era quasi sicuro 100%.
Se vuoi da Vergine lì non è un problema.
Sono neanche amici, ho paura che non arrivassero alla fine che non avesse niente.
Va bene lì?
Quasi piena va bene.
Velocità.
10.
No, no. E la sagge Jasper in 10.
Vuoi sapere più? Sì, forse sì. Oh! 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 Yep! Yep! Ai! Ai!
So just trying to open things up there, and certainly done that. They need to be able to give themselves a chance.
Ouais. Comme ça.
Wasn't quite what he was hoping for, but it has opened it up, and now we'll see
Ok, très bien. So.
Switzerland make a play on this red Italian stone.
Ouais. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh,
Ça reste.
oh. Ouais, oh.
So Sven Mikkel removing everything there from play. Just hangs on in the wing with the shooter.
Ça va tellement mis tout petit peu off nose et...
Ça roule pas, il est bon.
So it certainly opened things up.
Bon coup actuellement. Trop. Mais il y en a des masses. Il y en a une qui m'est tombée sur la tête.
Through the port, remove both from play and
C'est qu'il y a plein de effets de
hang on in the wing.
C'est à cause du froid, je pense.
So there's plenty cover here for Italy to use and get behind. So Joe Retornaz, third player for Italy, trying to draw behind cover. He's come up well short. That's not a good result.
Eh?
When they're two against and need to get in behind cover.
Un peu moins que pour du 8.
Ouais, exact.
Hein?
Ouais.
5-6, c'est bien. Il faut être. Là c'est pas top. Faut le cacher, Gaël. Faut le cacher.
5. On passe 4 cartes. 70 de nouveau.
So an opportunity now for Switzerland really to turn the screw and get in behind the cover and lie 3.
Yeah, I think Italy's
6.
in a bit of trouble.
Ok, attention, ouais.
Ligne, ouais.
Ouais, ouais.
Obligé, oui. Ouais. Oui.
There's maybe a good plant to the centre with the two reds that Italy could raise, but
Ouais. Ok,
Looks like Switzerland's going to rub on one of them.
roule après.
oh, just.
Well, they rubbed on both.
So they've come up short as well. I wonder if the ice is changing slightly now.
Oddio, fare un bel race, però dopo non so come fare il secondo.
Tapping the reds looks so tempting, doesn't it, to the
Yeah.
forefoot? But then there's yellows out front that they could raise. So
Yeah, it can be a little tricky to play those shots.
Sta a stringere.
If you're slightly fast, you know, you might not curl as much as expected and you would end up pushing a yellow one in the house. That would look a little stupid.
Se arrivano, no, se fai in 12-11 qua, dopo lo deve fare lo race. Quindi, ma no, col cavolo che fa lì, non è che fa nulla. Quindi secondo me race per forza.
Sì, no, dai, non è male race. Sì, piena, con qualunque modo ci pasti. Per piena comunque, o no?
Sì, fila esterna.
Sì,
E
piena, un po'
piena la
esterna.
spinge in qua, questo
Sì.
lo è abbastanza facile.
Piena, un pelo interna, ma...
Velocità, backline.
Sì, 5-2, 5-3, dai, non è male. Dobbiamo spingerla nel fronte, doppio race.
So Amos Mosner, first stone at the fifth end.
Occhio.
Oh yes, that's his great chance to set up a 2 now.
As you say, the raise is always a difficult shot. You've got to get the line and weight dead right.
Hard!
Well, looks pretty good.
That's a great shot.
Great shot from Mozaner. Now he's got to just hope that Benoit doesn't make his run back, basically.
Well, that's it. You've got to make these shots, haven't you, to try and force an error from
Yeah.
your opposition. Hit them perfect line, perfect weight. Top 4, great shot.
That's a really great shot.
C'est de la stick. Stick élastique.
So Benoit's certainly had a few of these in this game so far and made them perfectly. Are we going to see another?
Ouais.
Oh, oh. Oh. No.
No sweeping at the moment.
That doesn't sound very good.
Oh, forced an error from Switzerland.
Well, it's crazy when you think about it, because when those guys miss, it's only for like a few millimeters. So
But millimeters are so important in this game.
it's unbelievable.
So an opportunity.
Yeah.
for Italy to score 2.
And come back into this game.
Yep, they're 4-1 down. A score of 2 here would put them within 1 and make it a much more entertaining second half of the game.
Yeah, that's for sure.
But has to make this.
It's not an easy draw. Got to go through that port.
Oh, linea haut. Linea haut. Linea mai.
They're saying don't sweep for line. Looks like it's not curling at all, huh?
It's hanging out on these yellow
It's
guards.
starting to come. It's starting to come.
No.
Oh my God! Just didn't make it look like weight was really perfect.
The weight looked good.
Yeah.
So only a score of 1 for Italy.
They're
Missed
really-
opportunity. So Switzerland lead 4-2 after 5.
C'était perfect pass.
Sì, è buono.
No, la linea secondo me era un po' stretta e a slargarla su è andata proprio boom.
Uno, solo uno.
So 6th end. Italy kicking us off, looking for centre guards after their missed opportunity at the last end to score 2. Mosner failed a draw for 2 after a great first tap up to try and generate that mistake from Switzerland.
Mosaner has been struggling a bit with his draws during this game.
Travers. 10.
It was often a little fast, or
Tiens.
but it's really true that his rock didn't curl that much at the end. I think started curling too late. Maybe it was just the wrong ice,
C'est bien vitesse.
Oh,
or maybe he was a little wide or inside out on his release.
Yeah, I think that's where. Oh, just hit the barrier. And I think that's where the ice is very unforgiving here this week. That if you do play into out at all, there's no recovery with your stone. It really does hang. And
Yeah.
we've seen a few frustrated looks on players' faces when their stones haven't taken the draw at the end, and they've wrecked on guards.
Linea buona. Linea
So Fabio Robotta
Oh, linea buona.
looking to put up a second centre guard.
15:30.
Seems it's just going to be in the rings.
Ok, non è male.
It's just in the rings, but at least it's buried behind his guard.
So Switzerland can remove that from play because it's in the rings, but if they're tight and catch the guard, they can't remove it.
Avant c'était 12-9. Je pense qu'il faut pas moins, ouais.
Ouais, la même.
Ouais. Oh. Oui. Ouais. Pas bon, non.
Well, that doesn't sound very good.
Ok, oh.
Yeah.
Oh, ça marche, hein.
Works perfectly though as a tick.
That's what Benoit said. That works.
Absolutely. Plan B.
Yeah. I think that was a perfectly controlled weight from Valentin. just made sure that if you hit the guard, you didn't push it out. But had enough weight anyways to remove the rock in the house.
Linea buona. Linea buona per 2. Linea buona. Solo passare, non viaggi troppo. Non viaggi troppo. Buona.
Ça va être très fin. C'est bien.
Looks a little wide. Finally makes it. I think Peter was a little worried when he released that rock.
Je me demande si elle n'a pas pris un truc pour qu'à l'autre. C'est vraiment large. Hein?
Now he's wondering if it didn't pick.
Mais je pensais que c'était un.
Maybe one of these pesky flies that are on the ice.
Yeah, maybe one of the flies.
Ouais.
His head curled a lot, and I wonder if it picked.
Tela su un po', Joy, tela su. Tela su. Tela su. Vai. Sul passare.
Working this one hard to get it over. And just over the hog line.
Ok, buona.
Enough, but bit of a long guard.
C'est enlevé.
Non.
Yeah,
Moitié, c'est bon quoi.
Ouais, 2 tiers.
Ok.
it seems like the Cruz are going to go anyway for the peel. I mean, they're 2 up with. Just got to make sure they don't get a steal, the end stolen on them, and that's it. If they score 1, it's fine.
Yeah, at this stage in the game, it's important to play the scoreboard, and Switzerland don't need, as you say, to do anything too clever. They're happy to score a 1 here.
It's the 6th end. I mean, if they score 1, they're 3 up without in the 7th. They can even get a 2 taken on them in the 7th, and they would be 1 up with in the last. So, I mean, the situation's
Linea buona.
pretty under control for them.
Bomba.
Passare.
Aumenta Rana.
No need to take unnecessary risks.
Vai. Tira, Rama, tira, tira, tira. Tira,
Is that going to make it past the hog line?
Oh no, it's not.
It looks like it doesn't. That's a disaster for Italy, really.
It is.
Ok, ouais.
They're going to struggle to get anything going here at this end now. Sven Mikael will make short work of the red that's left in the house.
There we go.
Ah, je voulais pas m'amuser à essayer de rouler, puis tu oses, il vient derrière. C'est un peu-
Uno. Uno. Sei. Linea buona.
So there's 4 groups playing this weekend, each group containing 5 teams. Play a round robin, so 4 games. So Roger, once you've played your group games, you're finished. The group you were in, you're off today.
2 tiers, c'est bon.
So what's the situation with yourselves now?
Well, now I think actually we have to wait until all the games have been played, because they make a general ranking, so they mix up the results of all the groups, and I think our chances of qualifying are pretty slim, but they still exist. So
Still exist. Well, that's hopeful.
you gotta hope. But I think well, there's the last game of our group still being played, and I think if Gempler wins this game, then we would finish 2nd of our group, but still might not qualify anyways.
And that's, I suppose, the slightly strange setup for this competition is that it's not just 4 groups and the top 2 go to quarterfinals. It's all 4 groups are then all ranked together. So you could have a group with some very strong teams and a group with some weaker teams, and maybe only 1 get out one group and 3 will get out another.
Yeah, exactly. That's what could happen exactly. Yeah.
So it's very important
So-
as well that if your win-loss record, that you've got a really good draw shot challenge, because that's obviously going to help with your
Yeah.
ranking.
Exactly. I think finally I was looking at the rankings, and our last zone draw isn't the best. So anyway, fingers crossed.
However, both these teams in our featured game will qualify because they're both undefeated, playing this last game.
Yeah, because 3 wins out of 4, I mean, qualifies you automatically. 2 wins
Tout petit peu ouvert, ça va.
might.
Même center line, tu vois.
Ah ouais.
On peut mordre des 4 pieds, je pense. Ça
Ouais, pas plus.
Yeah, so there's another session to go on at 3:30
Juste
today,
mordre des 4 pieds.
Swiss
Si on
time.
va à freeze, après c'est dur de mettre 2.
15, ich will mir
Ah, ça va. Je préfère 5.
And then after that, it will determine the quarter-final placings for tonight's quarter-final at 7:30.
14-7.
Et on va être devant, hein. On regarde un peu. Vas-y,
Vas-y,
regarde.
teste.
C'est la place.
Si tu peux attendre, c'est mieux.
Oh, 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 oh.
Non, faut attendre.
Easy.
Juste vitesse.
Easy, Val, easy. J'ai l'impression qu'il y a plus cassé de là. Mais...
On va peut-être
Oh,
la finir.
oh, oh. Pas plus, hein. Mort des 4 pieds là. Sven devant.
So Italy put up the guard,
Sven, viens derrière.
hoping for an
Pied.
error from Switzerland, but Switzerland are drawing round.
Très bien.
If they come in top tee,
Bien, bien.
they could set up a 2 here.
Yep. Yeah, Switzerland going for the offensive choice.
Ah ouais, ouais.
They made it actually, which is
Great
nice. I
shot.
think Italy's in big trouble right now, but Amos Mozaner really needs to play the absolute perfect draw. And yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see. We might make it, but it's really tough. You gotta get around that yellow. I think that's the hardest bit.
Se sarebbe un po' di più di spazio, dico. Che doveva nascondersi nel giro di mezzo metro, interi. Però annularla lì un po' di stoppa e alla fine finisci questo.
If Switzerland scores 2 in this end, it might be over.
5-1, fine.
Linea buona.
Zaghero colpi,
Da spazio.
Zaghero colpi, le mola!
Linea buona. Sicura
Stai lì,
5-1.
Ramo.
Linea
Solo
buona.
5-1!
Needs to draw right round behind the yellow,
Pronti linea.
be
Linea!
buried, and still remain shot.
Looks close.
Fabio!
Fabio.
Fabio!
He's
Like-
got room.
Ooh,
He
but
needs
is
to
it
bury.
too fast? Oh, it looks really nice. Oh, great shot from Mozaner. I think it
Very
was-
good effort.
It was hard to get it any better.
Benoit will still be able to see enough of it to remove it. There you can see. But you couldn't sweep that to get it further
Yeah, I
back. It
think-
wouldn't have been shot. And
I think he passed like already like an inch from the yellow, and that was
Je pense que c'est pas moins que ça.
already a good effort. But that was the problem, is that even if he made that shot, he would probably not manage to bury himself completely, allowing Benoit to play, I suppose, a little hack weight, backline weight tap.
he doesn't even need much weight. He only has to move the stone a couple of inches to lie to.
Yeah.
Tiens.
Really a back four sweepable weight
Oh,
to
oh, oh.
just bump.
Oh.
It's
Nettoie. Oh. Nettoie.
Ça va être proche.
Sweepers
Hein.
are-
On est un peu large. Hein.
Oh.
on and off, so
Nettoie.
it's
Calling it.
close.
Ouais, ouais. Oui. Forcé. Oh.
That looks
He's
perfect.
past the top one. Great shot. 2 to Switzerland. So after 6 ends, Switzerland lead 6-2.
Yeah, well, that looked pretty easy, but it was quite a tough shot. I suppose he couldn't see more than half of that rock because Amos Mozaner played a great draw, but great shot from Benoit Schwartz. And, 6-2.
6-5. Sì, se per caso sbagliano qualcosa. Provare bisogna.
Okay. Tight. Tight linie. Tight linie. Ok, voilà.
Tieni su, tieni su. Gira tanto questa.
So 7th end, Italy 4 down. They need to make something happen here if they want to stay in this game.
Ha preso questo o no?
But by hogging the guard, that's not going to help them.
That's no, that's pretty bad actually, because that's their only chance really trying to get something going on, is managing to get a few rocks in front, and I wonder if that rock picked or something, but wasn't close.
No. So, Switzerland get to remove their own stone out the house.
There you go.
Oh, well, hit it on the nose. It's not often a lead gets to play the big weights.
Yeah, Valentin loves to play those big weights though.
He'll not be allowed.
Dobbiamo giocare anche una guardia questa.
Not be allowed to play them again.
No, è vero, gioca uno.
Because he would have just been as well throwing through the house and then
Yeah.
leaving that stone where it was.
Yeah, it was actually, that's actually a guard for Italy, this stone.
Linea buona. Linea buona. Aspetta, aspetta, se poi uno va bene.
1-1, se ne lì uno.
Ok.
So Italy just need to persevere now with the guards and just hope for an error.
Moi, je pense clearing sur la jaune, mais
But 4 down with 2 ends to play.
j'aurais bien le faire.
There's great hilarity in the Swiss team just now.
I think they're all making fun of Valentin because of his miss.
Well, Peter better watch because
Yeah.
he might do the same.
Let's see.
Ouais. Wow, 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 wow. Oh, ça a pris.
Apparently it picked something.
Ah,
Okay.
Là, là.
now they're all doing it.
Yeah.
Elle est pas possible, putain.
I was saying, yeah, that rock's impossible.
Ah, any excuse.
Yep. Well, anyway, Italy are back in there finally.
Well, there's 2 stones there they can use for cover, so just need to make the shots.
Linea buona. Joy, linea. Linea. Linea bomba. Wow, wow, wow.
So many curling rinks do you have throughout Switzerland now?
Well, curling rinks, I don't know, but we've got quite a lot. I say about 40 something
Wow.
at least.
And all very active.
Le double, c'est les rouges.
Yeah,
Curling
it
clubs.
depends.
Ouais.
It depends.
Ça passe au-dessus.
Like for example, in Geneva, we had a period where we lost quite a lot of members, and so the club was much less active than it used to be. But now we're starting to get members back, so we're pretty hopeful.
Good.
Some clubs are doing pretty good, some clubs not as well. But I think in general, the number of members is pretty stable. So we're quite happy. How about Scotland, actually?
Yeah, we've lost a couple of rinks over the years, and it's that fight with council-run facilities when you've got ice hockey and skating and curling, and you're fighting against the other sports to get the time. And obviously, as curlers, you want the curling time. So there's a few dedicated curling rinks left in Scotland, but for the elite guys, the Centre of Excellence that's opened in Stirling, it's open 365 days a year for them to play, and the Iceman there is the one here, John Heron. He's come over to make the ice for this event in Champéry. So they're lucky they've got a good iceman in Stirling to make good, consistent ice all year round. So for the teams who are in the elite programmes, they've certainly got access to ice all year round, which is great. But it's always the same issue when you get people to come and try curling. You have come and try days at ice rinks, and it's just trying to keep the numbers and keep them involved, and get the club member numbers up. There's so many other sports for youngsters to take part in that you get them in to try the curling.
Yeah, well, I kind of agree, because it's true that we also have tons of people who try, once, like their company organizes some evening for their employees, so they come, they all love it, but to get them to come back is actually quite difficult.
Yeah, absolutely. So the corporate days are really popular in Scotland. They love to do it, but as you say, it's getting them to stay or join a club.
Yeah, because I think people are often looking for let's say an activity, or like a leisure. Let's say I go one day to bowling, the next day I go rock climbing, the next day maybe I'll try curling or something, and they're not less, let's say, club mentality people, where they want to,
they don't want to commit to one sport and just be there. Yeah, they want to have freedom to do anything.
And that's why I think that the members are also going a bit down. It's because because the number of members went down, but the number of initiations, people like trying, went.
It's going up.
It's
Yes,
going really
absolutely.
Up. Yeah.
Guardia, c'ha la gialla troppo facile.
So an error there from Switzerland on the raise. They just missed the back stone. So chance now for Italy to draw on lie 2.
Aspetta linea! Aspetta linea! Tanto spazio! Aspetta linea!
But it's also a difficult balance for the club curlers and the curlers who want to compete, to play against players at the elite level who are training full time. It's very hard to compete against that level. So there's more of a gap appearing between the elite curlers that are going to be playing at the Olympic Games and then the rest of the country.
Well, it's true that since the curling is in the Olympics, the sport has changed radically. I mean, it became virtually professional sports, even in most European countries.
And it has to be. It has to be that way if you want to medal at that, at the Olympic Games. It is a professional outlook to the sport, say, with all the support staff, the training. It is a skill-based sport. It's repetitive practice that's required.
Oh, that's true. I mean, and also like the physical condition of the curlers has changed. I mean, it used to be more of a game, and now it really became a sport, because the players are physically trained athletes. They have the athlete regime. It's not anymore about just partying or having fun. It's really also about focusing on winning and competing and putting all the chances on your side to be the best. And yeah, since a few years now, the top athletes, athlete curlers, really achieved a really great level of play. And it's true that if you want to keep up with them, you gotta take time off.
Absolutely. And there's so many, the Asian nations now, you know, the volume of curlers they have playing is just increasing all the time. And
Yeah, it's interesting to see all those new countries also playing. And actually, oh, that's
Oh, unlucky.
unfortunate. Yeah,
just sums up his day, really, doesn't
I
it?
think it does. Yeah.
Ouais.
So close, but yet so far.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
It's because, you know, now this year at the Europeans, well, there's, you know, the 10 nations in the A road, and then the B road, there's, you know, 2 sections for the men, 1 for the women, another 10. So the nations are all competing, and it's great
Yeah.
that more and more are able to compete at that level.
Ouais. Oh, 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 oh.
Well, you saw probably that now Africa has a curling nation now, Nigeria.
Nigeria,
Yeah.
yes.
10.
And there's just more and more disciplines with the mixed doubles coming into the Olympics. You know, and you've got world mixed and just so many more events all year round. The calendar's so busy.
Yeah. It's true that now, like, there are lots of world curling events if you consider the Europeans, but the Pacific Championships, yeah, the mixed doubles, the mixed, the world women, the world men. It's quite a lot of events.
So Italy just hit on the nose for 1. So with 1 end to play, Switzerland 6-3 up. Comfortable position to go into the last end 3 up with the hammer.
Faire un tick shot, puis après clearing. Pas un autre. Même pas obligé.
Le moins de carré virant.
Ouais.
Oh, linea buona, 2. Linea buona, non serve tirare giù, non serve tirare giù.
Buona 2. 2 più.
Joy, 2 più.
2 più.
Joy. Joy, 2 più. Ok, ok. 15 sei. Buono.
Ok.
11. 11 sur un quart, un tiers. Ouais. Ouais, ouais. Oui. Force, Sven. Ouais. Yep. Encore. Go. Ok. Pris une moitié de tir. Ah, c'était très soft. Ok.
Due più.
So final end of the game. Italy just need to throw everything at Switzerland here. Switzerland are 3 up. They have the hammer.
Yes, chances for Italy to come back in this game are very, very slim, but they're giving it a shot. You never know. You never know in curling. Anything can happen. We've seen a few picks, you know, stuff like
Linea
that.
buona, pari.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
With the new 5-rock
Yeah,
rule,
but
it's
better
a
pari.
better chance than ever to get a nice
Yep,
guddle
yep.
going.
Yep. Hard.
So there's
Okay.
2 good corner guards. And
Demi
that's an
seconde.
interesting tactic when they want to steal. obviously Switzerland have got last stone, so you would think Italy would block the centre, but they're not. So why would you do that, Roger?
I think when you get the two corner guards, you have more chances of getting rocks behind, and gives you more chances of having 3 rocks in the house. Because you draw behind a corner guard, then they peel it, you draw behind the other one, they go for the rock in the house, and you put a second one in the house, peel the other corner, and then you have 2 rocks in the house and free draw for 3. And
There
then
you
you
go.
gotta
Easy.
very easy, yeah. And you just gotta hope that Benoit Schwartz misses an open hit or something. Well, if you want to steal 3, you really gotta hope for something like that.
Anche giù a Schenki e lo giura. Anche qua giura al pil, però.
Oh well, it's not such a great shot for Switzerland there. Well, I think it won't be too worried anyways, but
No.
they pushed that red rock nearly behind that corner guard.
Linea buona, 2. Aspetta.
So both these teams know they'll be playing in tonight's quarter final at 7:30,
Linea buona.
but they'll have to wait
Occhio.
till the next game is played to see the final rankings.
Ok, buono.
And in the rankings,
That's it,
number
fine,
1 will
fine.
play 8,
That's it,
2
fine.
plays 7, etc., etc. So they'll have to wait and see who that team will be that they'll meet.
Well, Bruce.
They could meet each other again, for all you know.
It's possible, yeah. But pretty unlikely, I suppose, because Team de Cruz will probably play against a team with 2 wins.
And if your team had a better draw shot challenge, that could have been you.
Yeah, maybe.
Not that we look at what ifs in this game.
Yeah, well.
So Italy just continuing to throw up the guards.
2 più va bene.
Linea buona.
Scura 2 più, sembra un po' più lenta. Hi.
Oh, and Italy's sweeping that one really hard to get it
Is
past
it
the
over?
hog.
Yes, it is.
It is. It's not such a great guard. I mean,
It's a bit long to try and bury behind.
there's enough swing on this ice to go behind it. But anyway,
It won't be there for long. Peter de Cruz goes for the clear.
maybe get both out. Ooh. Just one.
Ok. 3-8, mi piace. 3-9 anche. No? Ma parlo poi.
Linea Rama, linea. Linea buona. Linea buona. Bel 4-2. 4-2, stai lì per linea. Oh, easy. Fabio, linea. No, linea buona. Oh, easy. Ok, buono.
All right. So Italy will have 3 rocks in the house at some point in this end. But I still think it will be very, very difficult for them to steal 3 because they have to hope at least for, I think, 2 or 3 clean misses from Switzerland. Which on good ice like this one is
Yeah, highly unlikely.
highly unlikely, exactly.
Yeah, they've just got to keep putting up the guard here and hope for a miss.
Yeah.
Linea buona. Aspetta allora, aspetta linea. Linea buona. Linea Rama, linea. Oh, gira troppo, sola.
That one seems to be over curling a little bit.
Yep. Does cover one of them.
Si tu sors avec, ça va, clearing?
Okay.
But Italy only have 2 more stones remaining at this end. So if Switzerland remove this, Italy need them both to
Le but, c'est
count.
de rester, hein.
Pourquoi tu s'arrêtes? Ok. Très bien.
Yeah, so now Italy will have to draw another one behind their corner guard. And probably Benoit will have to peel.
Yep, and then you put it on the other side even, and just
Put it
hope.
somewhere and cross your fingers, yeah. That's it. But at least you make him play for it. You never know.
Well, absolutely. But Italy didn't think they could be in that position that they'd be making Benoit play.
Yeah. Well, Amos Mozaner first needs to make this shot.
High line, dietro. High. Tira.
Tira.
Forte.
Looks pretty good.
The line's good.
Is it too fast?
Oh no, it needs to stop.
I think it just.
Oh,
Oof.
did it stop?
That
Oh no.
Looks like it's just out of the rings.
Oh.
Huh?
Can't do that when you need. Oh, he's kicked
Yeah,
it
now
back
it's
in.
in, now it's
Can I
in.
have it, please? And there we go. Switzerland winners over Italy.
Yeah,
These guys.
and that's it. Mozaner close but far.
Yep. Both teams will qualify for the quarterfinals. So in our feature game, the Cruz
Bah, je pense.
Swiss team
Oui,
are
il va laisser.
winners quite comfortably over Team Italy.
Out, j'imagine. Alors,
So
moi, j'ai joué tous mes clearing.
still discussing there the shots of what they could or couldn't have done.
Ah non, je pense pas que ça va être long. Je pense que
So we will be back this evening at 7:30 with our feature quarter-final game. Still to be determined which one, depending on the final rankings. So from myself, Rona Howie, and my Swiss friend in the commentary box, Roger Gulka, thank you very much.
All thanks to you. It was a real pleasure.
Thank you. And thank you all for listening, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye for now. We'll leave you with some highlights.